Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just, I
Yeah.
just can't do everything anymore.
Maybe it's free.
I'd like to call the Lafayette City Council to order. If you would all please rise, face the flag of our country for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, under God, indivisible, with... The clerk then conduct a roll call.
Heidi,
Here.
Blinker,
Here.
Meyer,
Here.
Reynolds,
Here.
Brown,
Here.
Allersmeyer,
Here.
Williamson,
Here.
Downing,
Here.
Campbell.
Here.
Four and present.
I would like a motion to recess the City Council for the purpose of a public hearing on Ordinance 2013-3.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are in recess now for a public hearing. Are there any members of the public who would like to address this particular ordinance? Anybody on the City Council wish to address it? There being none, Ms. Alsmeyer,
I move we reconvene.
Mr. Brown.
I second.
Presentation, the minutes of the meeting on January the 7th. Mr. Meyer?
Move for approval of the minutes of January 7th.
Mr. Klinker?
Second.
Any corrections to those particular minutes? There being none, we'll have a voice vote on that. All those in favor of the minutes as communicated signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Thank you. Presentation and disposal of claims.
There are none.
Presentation of petitions and communications.
There are none.
Reports of city offices.
Clerks monthly December, Waterworks monthly December, Water Pollution Control December, Fleet Maintenance monthly December, Police Department monthly October and November.
Those reports of the various city offices are on file in the city clerk's office, and you may call any time between the business hours and examine those if you care to. Ordinances for second reading.
Ordinance 2013-03, an ordinance to vacate a portion of the public way in the city of Lafayette, Indiana, a portion of land in Austin subdivision off Poland Hill Road. Dave Murtaugh, petitioner.
What's the pleasure of the council? Mr. Meyer?
Move for approval of ordinance 2013-3.
Second.
Discussion by members of the common council. Being none, anyone in the audience wish to address this particular ordinance? Is he going to charge you for not showing up? There being no questions, would the clerk then conduct a roll call vote on ordinance 2013-3?
Heidi,
Aye.
Klinker,
Aye.
Meyer,
Aye.
Reynolds,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Allersmeyer,
Aye.
Williamson,
Aye.
Downing.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 8-0.
Thank you. Ordinances, there are none for first reading, is that correct?
Correct.
Good. Resolutions.
Resolution 2013-02, a resolution approving a deduction for tax abatement in an economic revitalization area, Heartland Automotive.
What's the pleasure of the council?
I
Mr.
move for
Williamson?
passage of resolution 2013-03.
Mr. Downing? Second. Thank you. Mayor?
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the council, you have before you the resolution for approving the deduction for tax abatement for Heartland Automotive. If you know, Heartland Automotive is a supplier for SIA. I hope maybe some of you had the opportunity to be out on Veterans Memorial Parkway here recently to see the new building that they've constructed in that area. It's a very, very nice addition to our state-certified industrial park, which all of you helped create. Thank you for that. You know, with this building and what they're doing here in our community, they've now made a long-term commitment to Greater Lafayette, which we certainly do appreciate. With SIA doing well and with their company doing well, we believe that this offers great future opportunities for all of us. And I certainly support this and would respectfully request that you support this resolution. I would be happy to entertain any questions. If you don't have any questions, I will be introducing Jody Hamilton of Greater Lafayette Commerce, who will make a few comments about the project and then the request, and then we also have some representatives here from the company that are also available to answer any questions that you might have or tell you a little bit more about the company.
Mayor, possibly this question that I have about the company would be better pointed to one of these folks. Did I read somewhere that this is a LEED or LEAF type of building? The energy efficient type things that...
I'm not sure if the building is LEED certified or not, well, I'm sure it's not yet, even if they've started, because that's a lengthy process, or if you're depending on what level or exactly what you're talking about. But I probably would defer that question to the actual company representatives that are here. And if we don't get your questions all answered this evening, we certainly get you additional information to make sure that they're answered.
Thank you. Any other questions of the mayor from members of the council? There being none, anyone else who would like to address this particular ordinance?
I'll go ahead and introduce Jody Hamilton with Greater Lafayette Commerce.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening. To answer your question in regards...
Excuse me, you are?
Jody Hamilton, Greater Lafayette Commerce.
Thank you.
Sorry. To answer your question in regards to the LEED certification, the building has been designed for that, but it is not certified. But they can answer more additional questions when the representatives come up here. I just first of all want to say that I've had the pleasure to work with Heartland and their team for the past year when it's come to building this building. And actually, way before then, I've been working with them. And it's been a great pleasure to work with them, and they've been great corporate citizens in the community. So Greater Lafayette Commerce definitely supports their tax abatement, and we hope that you do as well, just like you supported the one that they did for their $8.4 million real estate abatement about a year ago. But today they're requesting a 7-year tax abatement on the personal property for $7.2 million investment, and this is for new equipment. But instead of me telling you about the project, I'm going to have them come up so that they can tell you a little more about it.
Thank you, Jody.
Good evening. Roland here with Heartland Automotive. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for your tax amendment from last year. We moved into the new building as of January 1st, and all our employees are very excited about moving in the new building where everything is brand new. Today we're here because we're requesting a new tax abatement. We want to have deeper roots into the Lafayette community, so we're investing another additional $7 million to add a new machinery that will be dedicated to that facility. The machinery that we're talking about today is injection molders. They'll be utilized to better improve our service to our local customer, which is SI, as the mayor said earlier. So that's the main purpose of this tax abatement. Similar to Play-Doh. Yeah, it's basically you take a plastic pellet, you melt it down, and then it becomes a liquid, and you put high pressure, and then it comes out a part out of that, plastic parts. That is correct.
Oh, she's got one there. Wow.
It's similar to that. It'd be bigger parts, could be bigger machine, but basically it's like Play-Doh, just mold it, and it comes out. So.
Harder.
Do I understand, do you currently have 93 employees now?
That is correct. We have 93 employees, and plus we have additional temporaries. That is correct.
And then this resolution calls for an additional 6. Do you think this will create an additional 6 new jobs with this equipment?
That is correct. We currently do not have the skills in Lafayette for this kind of processes, so we'll have to hire people to maintain and also to manage those processes. That is correct. So we'll add an additional 6 employees for that.
Do you recall, and I haven't looked at the paperwork, so I don't mean to put you on the spot, maybe Jody can help us. When you asked for the abatement on the real estate, how many employees were you projected to create at that time?
We did not request, and we didn't increase the employment base then, because it was just a transfer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we already had a facility the past 10 years, and we basically our first step was to transfer from the old building to the new building, and then now we're adding new processes to that building, so it would be new technology for them.
And do you have any projection of any additional employees besides the ones we've talked about? Do you plan to hire any additional employees?
At this time, we're just talking about those 6 employees. In the future, there will be other plans, but we don't want to disclose them at this time.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Are you there to speak, young lady?
Yeah. My name is Ritsuko Abrams from Heartland Automotive also. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for your very welcoming and helpful and generous support. Without your support, I don't think we were successful in our project to build a new building. We operated in the leased building for more than 10 years, and this is the venture and adventure, big adventure for us to build our own building. But this is also the big investment. Without your support, help, we were not successful. So thank you so much. And this new investment to buy the big so-called injection molding machine to make the plastic parts. From the little tiny bit of the plastic parts, you make that kind of parts. So many different kind of plastic parts we make. From the small one to big one, like this. So the machine is very important part for the company because we make so many different types of plastic parts. And to make different shape, color, and some texture, appearance requires so many subtle, sometimes complicated skills. So we would also appreciate if you could support to build, establish those kind of skills locally so that we don't need to bring those people from outside, so that also we can contribute to the community to hire Lafayette or local people. But I would appreciate your further support. Thank you.
Any other questions of these folks?
Heidi?
Aye.
Clinker?
Aye.
Meyer?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Allersmeyer?
Aye.
Williamson?
Aye.
Downey?
Aye.
Resolution passes 8-0.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Resolution 2013-3.
A resolution dissolving the Dental Vision Agency Fund, Fund 721.
What's the pleasure?
I move we approve Resolution 2013-3.
Second.
Mr. President, Mike Jones, Controller. The resolution in front of you, as it mentions, dissolves the Dental Vision Fund that was created in 1999. This fund was created to pay the benefits, the health that go along with the health care with the dental vision benefit that's offered by the city. The original fund was had cash transferred into it, and then every payroll, the premium that was determined by our third-party administrator was transferred in as well to pay for those benefits. And it worked very well, but in 2012, IAC, which we're a member of the IAC Medical Trust, offered the dental vision care through their health care benefit, and it represented quite a savings for us. We saved about $98,000 with that. Some 62% of that came from premium savings because of the group, and then about 38% of that was we didn't need the third-party administrator anymore because we have our own administrator through the health care plan. So this plan, really, we didn't need to use it anymore. We left it in force for a year to make sure that all the run-out claims were covered, and now that is the case. And we would like to transfer those funds back to the departments that originally put the dollars in that fund. So that's the reason for this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions by members of the public concerning this? And would the clerk then conduct a roll call vote on Resolution 2013-2?
Heidi?
Aye.
Clinker?
Aye.
Meyer?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Brown?
Aye.
Allersmeyer?
Aye.
Williamson?
Aye.
Downey?
Aye.
Resolution passes 8-0.
Thank you. Reports of standing committees. Reports of special committees. Reports by the mayor, state of the city address.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Before we get started, I'll just, with the formal part, in case some of you didn't see this in the paper this weekend, I just wanted to point that out. A lot of very, very good rankings. The whole community, Lafayette, West Lafayette, and Tippecanoe County. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody saw that. Also, for any of you that might need no-dos, Ms. Murray today during staff meeting made that offer to all the department heads if my presentation was going to run too long that she would supply the no-dos. So I'm not sure what that says about the quality of these presentations from years past or if she's working on a second career.
He asked me when I was going to retire.
I heard that. All right. Mr. President, members of the City Council, and those in attendance, and all citizens of Lafayette, it is my honor to deliver you my State of the City address. And I would like to begin with what I believe is most important, and that is to acknowledge and thank all those who help make our community strong and vibrant. First, I'd like to thank you, the City Council, members of the Board of Works, the Redevelopment Commission, our Police and Fire Merit Boards, and all those who serve on our citizen-driven boards and commissions. I also want to thank the city department heads for their leadership, vision, and our city employees who day in and day out get the job done for our citizens. I want to thank our business community and our labor organizations who work to keep Lafayette working. And a special thanks to all our residents who continually work hard, volunteer, promote the arts and culture, and find time to give of their talents and their treasures. The strength of our community is our people, and we must never lose focus that we are servant leaders. As I reflect on 2012, I continue to feel blessed to be part of a strong, vibrant, compassionate, and caring community. A community where cooperation and collaboration are valued and respected. A community where finding solutions are more important than who gets the credit. Where actions are taken to improve people's quality of life, not to prove someone's point of view. This spirit continues to make good things happen. Economic development continued to be strong in Greater Lafayette for 2012. The Lafayette MSA had over $600 million of public-private investment, a very strong number. Some of the highlights for Lafayette were the Nanshan Aluminum Technologies installed their second press. Their investment now stands at $161 million. Alcoa's $90 million expansion is progressing nicely. And in addition, they invested $2.6 million in renovating their parking area. After our trip to Japan, SIA announced a $75 million expansion, and most recently, another $200 million expansion. Heartland Automotive, who is here this evening, has built a new $8.4 million building and made a long-term commitment to our community. Wabash National is making an $800,000 investment. Kirby Risk invested $1.9 million, and Ray Magnet Wire $7.5 million. Lafayette Community Bank has a beautiful new building under construction in downtown Lafayette, investing $4 million. New retail came to Lafayette with Gander Mountain, investing $1.2 million. Ernest Health, $18.6 million. Riggs South Street, $4.9 million. And MetroNet Fiber Project will be a $60 million investment. And these new investments translates into hundreds of new jobs for our community. With the unwavering support of North Central Health Services, we made significant progress advancing our Wabash River Master Plan. Additional land has been purchased, remediation efforts are underway, and watershed projects are going well. I want to thank the Lafayette City Council, Greater Lafayette Commerce, the Tippecanoe County Commissioners, the Tippecanoe County Council, Mayor John Dennis of West Lafayette, the department heads, and again, everyone who works together to make these opportunities possible. The City of Lafayette continued important infrastructure projects in 2012. Maple Point Extension opened in the late fall, and significant drainage improvements were completed in Orchard Heights. The next section of the downtown conveyance tunnel was completed. The North Street project was substantially completed, and I have received many compliments concerning that project. The construction on several railroad crossings were completed to move the quiet zone process forward. The Bill and Donna DeFowl Education Center opened at Columbian Park Zoo, and this is only a portion of the projects. And in addition, we completed the fourth phase of our comprehensive annexation plan. 2013 also looks bright. Economic activity is strong and housing is improving. In 2013, we will see the widening of Veterans Memorial Parkway from Concord Road to US 52. It will have 4 lanes, turn lanes, a trail, street lights, and additional traffic signal for Wabash National. The Earl Avenue Durkee's Run project will begin. Surveying will continue on Sagamore Parkway from Beach Drive to the railroad tracks behind Von Tobel's, and preliminary design and engineering will begin on the phase from 300 feet north of McCarty Lane to Teal Road. We will finish the engineering of South 18th Street from Veterans Memorial Parkway to 430 South. It will be 4 lanes with a trail, pedestrian bridge, sidewalks, and a new 2-lane roundabout. And again, this is only a portion of what we will be doing in 2013. It will be a very busy year. As with my presentation last year, I also want to talk about other issues that are just as important and in some cases more important than our infrastructure. And I was pleasantly surprised on how many positive comments I received on last year's presentation. When we discuss infrastructure, we plan for years. We develop goals, projections, we discuss sustainability, and lay out a path to complete the projects. We need to do the same thing for other issues that face our community, and we need to have open and frank discussions. There's a quote I like to look at on a book that I keep on my desk. The quote reads, "Values control behavior. We act on the basis of what we really believe matters, what is right and good. Whoever influences the core values in a group is in fact the leader. That process must begin with the value that God instills in that leader." Which brings me to the question of, what kind of community do we want to be? What are our standards and our expectations, from big issues to smaller ones, and how do we get there? So this is my version of a modified top 10, except they're in no particular order. Number 1, are we cultivating our human spirit, that everyone in our community has value, that with hard work, personal responsibility, this community will do everything it can to help you succeed? 2, do we find a way to increase mental health services and not accept status quo? 3, do we work together to move people out of poverty to self-sufficiency? Can we have the difficult discussions that deal with personal responsibility and that making good decisions is a must, and that the community also commits to have the services in place that gives people a real chance who are making that effort? 4, are we willing to take the time to ensure that the next generation of young people will be good citizens? Will we live our lives in a way that sets the proper example? Can we tell kids no with love? Can we do even the simple things like teaching them the importance of recycling and it's not okay to litter? 5, are we willing to do everything possible to ensure that our children grow up free of mental and physical abuse, Or do we take the attitude that that's just someone else's problem? And what about restoring pride from doing an honest day's work? Pride in craftsmanship and quality. Do we want a community where work ethic is admired as much as athletic ability? Where we have employment opportunities that appropriately reward the skill and work ethic with good pay, health benefits, and retirement? 7, pride in our neighborhoods. We have to continue to strengthen our core neighborhoods, and we need to have the difficult conversations. It's not acceptable to park your vehicle in the front yard, to have trash and debris lying around, not to mow your yard or not to maintain the property. And it just can't be the government doing ordinance violations. We need the whole community to participate and set the standard. Number 8, reducing crime. This must be a community effort with every neighborhood on every street. We must collectively send a message that crime won't be tolerated here. Law enforcement and citizens must work and stand together. When it comes to fighting crime and public safety, there is definitely strength in numbers. It's time to say, not on my street, not in my neighborhood, not in my city. Everyone can play some role, from turning on your porch light, to watching for suspicious activity, to reporting street lights that are out, signing up for next door, being a block captain, participating in a neighborhood watch, or being a volunteer in policing. Everyone can do something, and the time is now. Education, number 9. Where we have a meaningful discussion about education instead of looking for someone to blame. Where we as a community help restore the value and the importance of education. And I don't just mean a score on a test. I'm talking about young people who are problem solvers, have critical thinking skills, can work as part of a team, and that have technical skills for advanced manufacturing. Where students are well-rounded, where they get a chance to explore art and music, along with science and math. Where we truly value our teachers, compensate them appropriately, and give them the tools and resources they need. Number 10, strengthening our families. I'm going to use a quote. I just finished a book on Mother Teresa. I'm going to use a quote from that book. It says, "Today, everybody today seems to be in a terrible rush, anxious for greater development and greater riches, so that children have very little time for their parents, and parents have very little time for their children and for each other. So the breakdown of peace in the world begins at home." I believe the breakdown of the family is one of the greatest tragedies of our time. Too many children are being raised without the love, discipline, and without the proper examples that they need. This is the foundation that starts a child down the path of making good decisions. So tonight, as last year, this is a call to action, a request for everyone to ask themselves and decide, what can I do for my community? Am I willing to help address the tough issues and have the difficult conversations? What am I willing to do for the heart and soul of Lafayette? We all have different talents, skills, and treasures. So what we can give will all be different. But the bottom line is, we can all do something, and it is unacceptable to do nothing. The challenge is now, and the time is now. Thank you, and may God continue to bless our community.
Thank you, Mayor. Very well done.
14 minutes on the nose. 14.
Miscellaneous and new business. Reports of councilmen. Public comment.
Lloyd Wells, 3717 Rawlings Drive. I don't know if you people noticed tonight, but something rare happened here tonight. How many times have you heard it said, once the government gets something in place, they never unfund it? Tonight, you people, without any argument whatsoever, got rid of an unneeded program. I wish more people would pay attention to what you people do. Thank you.
We didn't have much luck for your football team. All right.
Perry Barber, 3700 Redbud. Mayor, good job tonight.
Thanks, Perry.
I love this community. I've been part of this great community for 27 years now. And the first time I came here, I said, this is my home. For the first day I came here, I knew this is home. I just love it here. And it's because of our citizens we got. I was going to say some things tonight about, and the mayor pointed on some of those things. I like to see that we have the neighbors that we did 3 or 4 years ago where we basically, I don't know if you call it competition, but the other people spruce up the yards.
American in Blue.
Yeah, something like that, where we acknowledge those where they took care of the yards and whatnot. I think we need to do that again for the ideal of taking care of pride. It don't cost much. It don't cost nothing. I like to see what the mayor was talking about, that we acknowledge the good citizen, and at the end of the year, we reward them, not with, just like with a thank you, if nothing else, with the good citizens that, because I could list a great big list of citizens that already does these on every day. I think we should acknowledge them at the end of the year in the neighborhoods, because I can think of 3 neighborhoods right off the top of my head that would qualify for the Neighborhood Association of the Year. We should do that. Yeah. I think there's some things that we could do that don't even cost no money. Just take it, let it effort. You guys have a great night.
Thank you, Perry. Any other comments by members of the public? Mr. Heidi?
I move to adjourn.
Second? Mr. Flanker?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yep. Opposed, the same sign. Thank you.